Hello, this is my new build, Bodach only damage. So how does it work? The key item to this build is the Vestige of Darkness. It's a helmet that says enemies in your presence are haunted by Bodach. It's an evil spirit and it doesn't behave like minion or ally. It's just independent entity. It actually takes the parameters from the map. So if there's like enemies poison on hit, the Bodach will poison on hit. So whatever is on the map, like chance to bleed, Bodach will take this parameter. So it behaves like an enemy, and therefore it's quite difficult to scale it. The way how you scale the Bodach presence is by the enemy's power. So there are several things that can increase enemy's power. So the Sadist Mercy base can add additional power by adding Grilling Madness. So if I hit enemies, they get stuck of the 5 Grilling Madness, can go up to 10. So this is plus 10. So let's say the unique boss have 20 by default as a unique boss, 20 power. So this one is plus 10. This Abyssal Signet says the target affected by Abyssal Wasting in your presence have double power. So it's multiplying the power by 2. So now I have 30 plus 10 times 2 is 60. And then we have this shield that counts as having double power. So it's like 120. And it scales the Bodach attack damage and attack speed. Not sure if it scales his damage, but definitely he just appears to show up faster and kill everything faster. The other important thing is this Bodach Hounds your presence are not all made the same. So if you search the helmet on the POE Trade and you set this parameter maximum to number 2, then it's actually stronger version of Bodach. So the helmet has to be corrupted, and if the Bodach Hounds your presence is below or its max level is 2, it's better than level 4, and this helmet goes for like 15 divines to get the better version of Bodach. There's no way how we can see it in the game as an item. There's no like alt description or something, but somehow it just works. So everything else is just for defense. Resistance is energy shield, resistance is movement speed, fast dodge roll. This is quite fast movement, and this gives me a lot of attributes and crystallized immunities, which is a bottleneck of all those energy shield builds that you get ignite. But with this crystallized immunities you cannot get ignited because you have all the majority of red support gem, so you are immune to ignite. It helps a lot because high level maps are all ignited grounds and stuff like this. So this build, it focuses on time freeze. So I can time freeze for 15 seconds. So it's quite useful in party play and bosses. You can just perma freeze them for quite a long time. Time snap is quite usual because it resets all your skill cooldowns, and you can use the refutation multiple times, which blocks everything and applies the parry on enemies. And with the increased duration, I'm going all over the increased duration. So increased duration, increased duration, increased duration. So whenever I can, I take the increased duration. So for this one, I have 20 seconds of refutation. And it basically makes me immune to block or to any damage because I block everything, I parry everything. The only downside is they get your heavy block progress bar, it's filling up. And when this timer goes down, it actually resets. But if you keep it up all the time, your stun bar never resets, so you have to have quite a big stun bar. After it's done, you just increase the stun threshold based on your energy shield. So the more energy shield you have, the more stun threshold you have. And I have like 150% of the energy shield as stun threshold. So basically, if I get stunned, the progress bar is going really slow. So it basically makes me immune to stun. And if I get the hit, my stun threshold is basically doubled. So yeah, I don't care, I just don't get hit, so it's pretty tanky. Then you increase the area of presence, which is helping Bodach to attack more area and get more enemies in the area to attack more frequently. Area of presence, and this one is quite useful because I've increased the effectiveness of the notables. So this one gives me almost no heal to enemies, basically stops them from healing. And combination with the wasting, they just do not heal at all. And it wasting lasts forever. So infinite duration. So basically enemies are just not healing at all. Especially the rogue exiles are quite annoying. I'm using the Stellar Amulet Astral Mantis just to get a lot of stack a lot of strength, dexterity and intelligence. So I don't have to care about the attributes. And I put everything into strength. So all my traveling points are into strength. And then I get this timeless jewel. It says increased energy shield per 2 strength. So just out of this I have like 200 increased energy shield. This is quite strong. Yeah, then I have some energy shield points, like big ones. But a lot of it is from this. And stun threshold as well, energy shield. So yeah, the build is quite like no damage on the tree, quite straightforward. The only thing doing damage is the Bodach helmet. I have, as I mentioned, I have immunity to ignite. It's quite nice. And yeah, I've got resist and yeah, some armor as well. And a lot of energy shield just to get some buffer when I get hit. I mostly don't get hit because I block everything, but some hits are unblockable, so it just goes through. Some special attacks like the big monkey slam, it just goes through, so it goes to the energy shield. So then you hit convalescence just to regain the energy shield immediately, so you don't have to wait for the shield to start recharging. And with the cooldown with time snap, you can just use it like 4 times in a row. Time freeze again, you can use 4 times in a row. And this one you can use 6 times. Inevitable agony is nice, it says like 25 more damage on monsters, because whenever you hit them, it just gets stuck in the bar. And yeah, freezing mark for armor breaking and some extra cold damage. And the important part is the blasphemy and the repulsion, because what it does, it actually use the weapon as, whenever the repulsion hits, it uses the weapon as a hit. So basically it proliferates or creates this Grillic madness without me hitting anything. So just the blasphemy itself, with the increased area, some maim, it just creates the Grilling madness I need. So it just auto cast, basically auto attacks everything, which is quite nice. Freezing Mark just for armor breaking and some shock damage for bosses. Yeah, Warbanner, it's mostly for the party play, just to help your allies, because with the enemy's power you just get this glory so fast that you can just put one banner after another, you don't even care. Convalescence, cooldown, duration, whatever. Refutation, more cooldowns, more stack. Race shield, I just put some, I don't care about this, I just put some red gems to get the most of the red gems, so get the ignite immunity. Time freeze, easy. It's almost 14-15 seconds, so it's basically solving a lot of issues with the team fights. Especially in Simulacrum, we can just freeze everything. Intense agony, just to get 25% more damage. Time steps, quite important. Time snap just to reset all your cooldowns. Yeah, automated mana flask. And I don't need life flask at all, so I don't care. I don't care about charms as well. Yeah, so that's about it. Let's see how it works on this map, like level 80. Yeah, it's not super juiced, but there are some activities there. So you can see how it works. Burning ground, I don't care, no issue. I will just go straight for the boss so I don't bother with the mechanics, so you just see how it works cleaning the map, how it works in the boss fight. So yeah, I just put stack of refutation. I see I don't get any hits, my stun bar is slowly charging, and Bodach is killing everything meanwhile. There you see, it's quite fast. Okay, sometimes the single target is like, it's a bit lacking, but yeah, because he's attacking everything everywhere. Yeah, it's not super fast, but it's good enough. So without any damage, the Bodach does all the damage for you. And the more enemies are just come close to you, they are just in your presence. I could have it bigger, but yeah, it's good enough again. So the more enemies in your presence, the more damage it does, more stacks of Bodach. Yeah. You get the reputation, just perma. If you are in trouble, you just freeze everything. Basically, I just like zooming through the map. I can kill everything. You see, you take basically 0 damage. You need some ward just to be able to cast the reputation. And you see the progress bar with my stun threshold is just filling so slow. Okay, sometimes I get hit. But with the Grueling Madness, everything is slow too much. You see like minus 40, minus 50. It's nothing just moves, it just barely moves. And I can hit the Convalescence just to get my shield back. In case I get hit or I forgot to cast the reputation. Yeah, you see the Bodach just makes a decent damage. But as I mentioned, I've improved Bodach, so it's the better version of the helmet. So I didn't know about this, but some guys on Reddit or YouTube, they found this out. I don't know how they did it, because there are like 10 people on the server just playing this build. Actually, nobody's playing this build. Mostly monks are using this helmet just to get the physical damage, can freeze and chill. It's quite useful. And also you see the Bodach is chilling and freezing enemies, so I was struggling because it's quite difficult to scale. I was trying to push the physical damage, I was trying to push like global physical damage, increase damage taken. Yeah, it just somehow it worked, but it never just never felt good. I would say with this Bodach helmet and increasing power automatically, so you see they get immediately a stack of Grueling Madness. And the Bodach is attacking quite fast. Yeah. I would say, like, yeah, it's level 80 map, so not super fast. It's not like Mage Blood, some snipers, you know, ranger builds. Definitely not. But just keep in mind that this is a support build. So I can just increase my freeze time to like 17 seconds with this shield. And if I swap the shields, you know, for the... I can do much more increased damage. So I let them hit me just to get the parry debuff. When I freeze them, I just... some freezing mark, let the Bodach do the work. You have to just take care of the reputation, so just cast it again. You can actually cast it twice. So when it's done, there's another instance turning in. Then you just check, oh, my reputation is 0. X, okay, I got 3 gain. Easy peasy. So see, I'm not taking any damage. My stun bar is slowly filling. But yeah, really. Do I care? No. And the Bodach is doing nice damage. So yeah, I got some damage went through. So I just can recharge it with the convalescence. Now basically I can drink tea, do nothing, let the Bodach do all the work. And then you freeze the enemies, so yeah. Easy peasy. So that's about it, that's the build. You can see the link in POE Ninja in my YouTube video. And yeah, enjoy.